What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, we're going to be talking about both silver and gold, along with some last-minute expectations for what we can probably expect from the Federal Reserve's meeting ending today. But more importantly, we're going to have to talk about why you need to prepare yourself for having no access to water. I'm talking about at the store, and I'm talking about clean, drinkable water at your house. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for live streams, giveaways, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. I'm actually going to be going live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so come hang out. And of course, go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. The current spot price of silver as I'm filming the video is $24.68. It's down 17 cents or down 0.68%. Nice mild red day for silver. And the spot price of gold is $19.1540. It's down $2.70 or down 0.14%. A very mild red day for gold as well. And the gold to silver ratio, of course, is in the 76 to 77 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video at like 10:30 in the morning, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. All right, so today I wanted to talk about both silver and gold. As you can see on display right now, we have a nice little selection. We have some miscellaneous coins. We have some silver bars, we have some fractional gold, and of course the creatures of the north, as always. But before we can even get into the money, I think we need to first talk about the currency with a little bit of an update on the Federal Reserve's meeting, which is going on today. It's actually ending today, so I wanted to give some last-minute expectations, what we can probably expect the outcome to probably look like. But we also need to talk about the importance of preparation and why we need to prepare ourselves and get ready for losing access to clean, drinkable water. I'll be getting into full detail of 2 very important prepping items a little bit later in the video, but just so everybody knows, every single prepping item that I talk about and that I use and that I stand by, I leave linked in the description. So anything that you need prepping related or anything that you need silver and gold supply related, I leave everything in the description, Amazon affiliate links, but just so everybody knows, I will be removing every single one of those Amazon affiliate links from the description of my videos at the end of the month, so use them while you can. Come April, they'll no longer be there. Okay, so if you weren't already aware, the crucial Federal Reserve meeting ends today. This is the long-awaited meeting that we've all been talking about for a couple of months. We've been saying for several months at this point, mid-March is when the taper is going to end and rates are going to start going up. That meeting started yesterday. It was a 2-day long meeting. Started yesterday, it's ending today, and funny enough, by the time this video comes out, the meeting will have already ended. And being that it's kind of stupid to film a video before something happens, just to post it after it happens, I'm not even really going to talk about it. I'll save the updates for tomorrow's video because again, as I'm filming this video, I have no idea what those updates are going to be. But let me quickly reiterate some of my expectations of what we're probably going to end up seeing, and we'll see if I end up being right or wrong. So first up, I think Jerome Powell is going to mention that inflation remains persistent. We saw December's inflation, that report came out in January, inflation was 7%. And then January's inflation, which we learned about in February, it had climbed up from 7% to 7.5%. And then just last week, we had learned that February's inflation had climbed up from 7.5% to 7.9%. I'm pretty sure Jerome Powell is going to comment on this, and I'm pretty sure he's going to let everybody know that he's well aware that inflation remains persistent and that they're going to be sticking to their game plan of raising rates with a 25 basis point hike, and there are going to be an entire series of raises, an entire series of hikes every couple of months. I'm pretty sure they're going to be sticking to their game plan. But I do also want to mention that due to everything going on in Ukraine right now, the whole Russia-Ukraine situation, I'm pretty sure the Fed is going to acknowledge that gas prices are probably going to keep going up, at least for the short term, with everything going on over there. I'm pretty sure they're going to give us a little bit of a heads up or brace us for impact of the next inflation report, which doesn't even come out for another 3.5 weeks. Just to be prepared, just to give us a little bit of a heads up that we're probably going to see inflation surpass 7.9% within the next month. So those are some of my expectations, and I do believe that Jerome Powell is going to talk about these things, and I do believe they are going to stick to the game plan just as a means of remaining as predictable as possible. We should all probably know by now that the Federal Reserve, they want to be as predictable as possible. Because if they're not predictable, then there's going to be a market shock, and that's not good for anybody. That's not what they want to do. They don't want to cause panic. They don't want to freak people out. They just want to start raising rates in increments that won't cause chaos, while simultaneously doing what they need to do as quickly as possible to get inflation under control. Inflation's real, inflation's a problem, and inflation continues to get worse. So the Federal Reserve is going to be doing everything in their power to combat that to the best of their ability. But moving away from that, because those are just some of my expectations. Again, I'm filming this video before the meeting even ends. I don't know what they commented on. I'll talk about that in tomorrow's video. But moving away from my expectations, I want to talk about the importance of preparing yourself and why you need to get yourself ready for lack of water. So, with everything going on in the world right now, supply chain issues are also real. Not only is inflation real, supply chain issues are real as well. And with gas prices going up, not only is this affecting the everyday person, not only is this affecting pretty much anybody that drives a car, but it also affects the people that are driving trucks. And I'm not talking about pickup trucks. I'm talking about the tractor trailers. I'm talking about the food truck drivers. I'm talking about the people that deliver the food that we buy so that we can eat. And they deliver the big cases of water that we buy so that we can drink. And guess what? During times like these, during times of inflation, people are trying to spend as much money on things that they need right now before they become even more expensive next month, which is why we're seeing a lot of people wipe out the stores. A lot of shelves are getting emptied out very, very quickly. And not only that, people are preparing themselves for what is going on overseas, and that could potentially escalate. A lot of people are preparing themselves for worst case scenarios. So during times like these are when normal people go and panic, and they panic buy everything that they think they might need rather than doing what we over here do, the proactive people, the people that prepare ourselves all year round, year after year after year, so that when, or if and when, issues like these occur, we can use our preps as somewhat of an airbag to cushion the blow a little bit. It can help keep us afloat while everyone else is getting into fist fights in Walmart. We already have a majority of the things that we need. Now, there's never a way of ever being fully prepared. I don't think you can ever be prepared for every possible situation, but those of us that are prepping, we stand a far better chance than most other people. So a lot of people talk about preparing yourself when it comes to food. They talk about having 3 months or 1 month or 6 months or whatever amount of food stored up. And yes, I absolutely agree with that. But a lot of people neglect water. A lot of people forget about water. Sure, I'm optimistic and I like to believe that most people have at least a couple cases of water in their basement or in the closet or something like that. But what about a situation that lasts longer than a couple of weeks? What about a situation where you end up running out of the water that you ended up stacking up for yourself a couple cases of water. How long is that going to last you? A couple of weeks? And if you got a wife or a spouse and kids, how long is that going to last you? A couple of days? It's going to run out very, very quick. And it's also important to mention, a lot of people take what we have for granted. A lot of people take their lifestyle or their convenience for granted. And a lot of people see what goes on in other countries when it comes to them not having access to clean water. And it's very easy for us here in America. Let's just be honest here. We're very, 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 very spoiled here in America. We have it so good here. And it's very easy to look at what's going on in other countries and kicking back and being like, oh yeah, well, thankfully I live in America. Can happen here. Which, yeah, it's very easy to say that, but it can happen here, and it does happen here, and it is happening here. Look what happened in Flint, Michigan. It took years just to get the ball rolling on cleaning the Flint, Michigan water supply. So you can't say that it won't happen here, because it already happened here, and it's already happening currently, at this very moment. It's happening right here. Look what happened to, I forget what city of Texas it happened in, but look what happened in Texas just a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was a brain-eating amoeba in the water supply that was killing kids. I don't even know how that's possible. Point being is that it's happening here, and it can get worse. It might not get worse, but it can, which is why you need to prepare yourself. So something that I did, rather than having to worry about buying cases of water or bottles of water or jugs of water, I got myself a water purification unit. I will leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description. We're going to deep dive into a full review momentarily, but I just wanted to say that if and when it ever gets to the point where we lose access to clean drinking water, or we lose access to being able to go to the store and buy large amounts of water, you're going to need a different approach. And a lot of people like to think that, maybe they have well water, or maybe they have whatever type of water it is that they have at their house. They think that's perfectly fine. And I'm sure that is perfectly fine, but that wouldn't be perfectly fine in a situation where you need to bug out, in a situation where you need to evacuate, in a situation where you have to leave your house. You can't take your water supply with you. So what you're going to want to do is get yourself something to not only clean and filter water, but purify water. There's a huge difference between filtered water and purified water. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I'll get to it. Then boom, all of a sudden an emergency happens and now they have no water to drink. Water is life. You can't go very long without water. You need water to survive. It's actually a fact that, at least for the short term, water is more important than food is. And guess what? Not only for consumption, but for other types of use as well. For example, you're going to need water to do a lot of different types of cooking. You're going to need water to do a lot of different types of cleaning. You need water. You need access to clean, filtered, purified, drinkable water. And also, not for nothing, but if you have a method of purifying water, you can actually use that as a method of barter and trading. You can purify water for someone in exchange for something that you need, whether it be food or an ingredient of some sort or a tool or whatever the case may be. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the review of the Big Berkey water purification system. Okay, so this right here is the Big Berkey water purification unit. I brought it outside because it's a nice day, and why be inside when you can be outside? But this is it right here. It's a 2.25 gallon system. Here, the upper chamber, you just fill that up. It filters on through to the bottom. On the inside, you can see it has the two black Berkey filters. Those are the actual filters. That's what you actually need for the water to get clean, and for the water to be filtered, and for the water to be purified. Now, what's interesting about this right here is I got it, I believe, in the first quarter of 2019, so if memory serves me right, and if that's around the time that I got it, I've had this thing for about 3 years, and I'm going to be honest with you, it has been incredible. Hands down the greatest purchase I've ever made in my life. I'm not sponsored by Berkey. I've never been sponsored by Berkey. I've never been given a Berkey for free or anything like that. I have no affiliation with Berkey in any way, shape, or form. This is something that I spent my own money on, and thank God I did, because it's been incredible. Like I said, I've had it for 3 years, and I've used it on a daily basis, every single day, 7 days a week for the last 3 years. And if you're the type of person who can't tell the difference between different types of water, you're not drinking enough water. If you compare different types of water bottles like Poland Spring to Aquafina to this to that, to me they all taste different, and that's because I'm huge into water. And I will be honest, I didn't really have high hopes about the taste of the water when it came to the Berkey, but to my surprise, the water tastes incredible. So not only does it taste good, not only is it good tasting, but it's really good for you. In fact, I have this chart over here. This is something that I just cut off of the box that it came in. Look at everything that it cleans out of your drinking water. Absolutely everything. Now, I know a lot of people out there say, oh, I don't have to deal with that type of water. I have well water, or I have this, or I have that. Well, my argument has always been, you might not always have access to the water that you're used to. You're like, oh yeah, my house is good when it comes to water. Okay, but what happens if you have to relocate? What about a bug out situation? What happens if you need to leave? Which, by the way, we'll get back into this in a second. But when it comes to the Berkey, I would say the best thing about it is the fact that it doesn't need to be plugged into anything. You don't need power to use it. It doesn't attach to anything, so you can take it with you anywhere you go. It's portable. It's not anything hooked up to the sink or hooked up to the plumbing or anything like that. It just sits on the countertop, or in this case, the backyard table, which is fantastic because not only is this a great tool to have in the event of an emergency, but I can take it with me when I go and visit family. If there's going to be some barbecue, summer's coming up. Last year, that's what I did. I brought the Berkey with me. Everybody has water sitting out in the backyard. If somebody's grilling, boom, we have water. So it's something that I use on a day-to-day basis. It's something that I bring with me on occasional family barbecues or holidays or birthdays or whatever the case may be. And it's also something that doubles as an emergency water purification unit. It's something that I use on a day-to-day basis anyway. In the event of an emergency, I wouldn't have to go out of my way. Nothing would really change for me. I'd still be cleaning, filtering, and purifying water the same way I do on a regular basis. So anyway, back to this right here. You can see the black Berkey filters, the ones that I showed you on the inside. It can remove 99.9999% of viruses, 99.9999% of pathogens and bacteria. So think of like E. coli and stuff like that, different types of germs and viruses and bacteria that could be in water supply, which, by the way, they're in the water supply. It also removes 99.5% of traces of pharmaceutical drugs. This is something that a lot of people seem to forget about or don't really seem to worry about all that much. There are traces of pharmaceutical drugs in the water supply. I don't care what you say, it's been tested, it has been proven, and it is not only disgusting, but it is horrifying as far as I'm concerned. It also removes chloride, chlorine, and whatnot. You don't need that in your drinking water. Look at this long list of different types of pesticides. Whole bunch of words that I don't even know how to pronounce. Feel free to pause the video and read all this if that's what you want to do. But also it removes heavy metals, high and low levels of heavy metals from the water. So it could be rust from the pipes, it could be lead, it could be really anything on this list right here. And that's not all it removes. It removes pretty much everything. Almost all issues that when it comes to water. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that each and everything on this list is in every single person's water supply. No, absolutely not. In fact, there's a good chance that 99% of what's on this list isn't in your water supply. But in the event that one thing is, you have any idea how harmful that can be? Maybe not by drinking a glass of water, but maybe by drinking a glass of water every day, twice a day, every week, every month, every year, for 5, 10, 15 years. That adds up. Those small little doses of these weird chemicals that shouldn't even be in your water in the first place, that'll add up. And it compounds. And it has a detrimental effect. So I said, screw that. I've always been huge into drinking water. I drink like a gallon a day. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but on average, probably about a gallon a day. Water is far more important than people realize. And there's something else that I wanted to point out about the Big Berkey. I don't know how many people out there are the go green type of people. I'm personally not, but the way I see it is that if I can do something that's good for my health while simultaneously preparing myself for an emergency, whether it be, the water getting turned off or whether it be needing to bug out and not having access to clean water. But on top of that, I'm doing something that's environmentally friendly at the same time. Sure, I'll take it. Because guess what? Like I said, I've had this thing for about 3 years at this point. You want to know the last time I actually purchased a bottle of water or a gallon of water or a case of water or just water that's stored in plastic? About 3 years ago. When I bought this Berkey right here, that was the last time I purchased plastic bottles full of water. That's the last time. Hey, how you doing? That's the last time I was able to purchase water. Have not picked up a single bottle of water, single gallon of water, single jug of water, case of water, anything like that. Have not done it since. So, technically, that's a form of being a little bit more environmentally friendly, I guess. Screw plastic. And guess what? Funny enough, before I was using the Big Berkey right here, I was drinking out of metal canteens anyway, just because they last longer and I don't have to worry about them. So again, not really a go green type of person, but it's always nice to be a little bit more environmentally friendly when you're doing something that's better for your health in the first place and preparing yourself for an emergency. And there's one last thing that I wanted to mention about the Berkey, the financial aspect. A lot of people look at this right here. When I got it, it was about, let's just say, $225, maybe $250. We'll call it $250. That was the price when I got it. A lot of people called me crazy because they knew that I was buying gallon jugs of water at the store beforehand. They knew it was costing me about $1 a day to drink a gallon of water. Each gallon of water costs about $1. Pretty cheap. Not that expensive. If you get 7 for the week, that's only $7. No big deal. So why would you get something that's $250? Which, by the way, the price has gone up. This thing is made out of stainless steel, and the price of steel is getting a little bit more expensive due to supply chain issues, and the price is going to be going up even further. So I would get one of these while you can. But point being is that at the time it was about $250 rather than $1 a day. So my argument was, number one, it's better for me, so this will save me far more money in the long run when it comes to health issues and whatnot. But more importantly, I no longer have to spend $1 a day. I no longer have to buy the $1 gallon jugs of water to drink on a day-to-day basis. I don't have to do that anymore. And with this thing costing me about $250 at the time, by the time 250 days had gone by, I had already broken even. Which means it didn't even take me a year to break even. 250 days. And then on day 251, at that point is when I really started to save money. At that point is when not only did I break even, but now I was saving $1 a day. Which again, doesn't sound like very much. You don't want to penny pinch over dollars over here, but $1 a day, that's $365 a year. Picture that over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I drink a lot of water. So again, as I said before, I would highly recommend, at the very least, researching the Berkey. They come in different sizes. This is the 2.25 gallon one. It's recommended for 2 to 4 people, a family of 2 to 4. I probably drink enough water for 2 to 4 people, so I figured this was the right move for me. They have a slightly smaller one. I think it's a 1.5 gallon. They have larger sizes as well. They have, I believe it's a 3.25 or a 3.5. They have different sizes for different sizes of families. So you just got to figure out which one's right for you. You got to figure out which one makes the most sense. I would personally recommend figuring out which one is the best size for you and your family and going one step up. That's why I went with this one. I could have went with the 1.5 gallon unit. That's recommended for 1 to 2 people. That probably would have been perfect for me. But I'm the type of person who always figures out what's the best size, and then I crank it up just 1 notch. I've always found that's the best way to go. So if you want one of these, or if you want to do a little bit of research, you can see all of the reviews on Amazon. You can see the fantastic ratings on Amazon. I will leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description if you want to go and read a little bit more about the product. And of course, if you want to buy one for yourself. And also, there's one last thing I forgot to mention. On the inside right here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. These are optional. These are fluoride filter add-ons. You don't need them. If you don't mind the fluoride in your water, some people mind, some people don't mind. It's your decision. I decided that I wanted the fluoride filters. I figured if I wanted fluoride in my water, I would just I wouldn't get those filters. I personally don't want fluoride in my water. Some people argue, oh, fluoride's good for your teeth and whatnot. Sure, it absolutely is. That's why it's in toothpaste, and it's why you spit it out and don't swallow it. But there's one last thing that I wanted to show while we're on the subject of water. If you are unwilling to get a whole purification unit, you need to have something. I understand if you don't have $250 or $300 or $400, however expensive this thing is, you need to have something. So an alternative, in my opinion, it doesn't compare. This is nowhere near what the big Berkey or the Berkey of any size can do. But this is the Life Straw. And this is something that you can also find on Amazon. I will leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description. Like I said before, at the end of the month, I'm removing all Amazon affiliate links from the descriptions of my videos. So use them while you can. This one's pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure these are only like maybe $20 or $30. Again, I got these over a year ago as well, and the price of everything in the world seems to be getting more expensive, so I don't really remember exactly, but these are pretty cool. They're great, and you can see right here on the box, it removes 99.999999% of bacteria, like E. coli. It removes 99.999% of parasites, 99.999% of microplastics, and it's good for 1,000 gallons. So if you get 2 of them, like a 2-pack right here, you're good for 2,000 gallons of water. Do you have any idea how long that would last you? Obviously they're portable. You can stick these things in your pocket. The big Berkey is portable as well, but you're gonna need a backpack to carry this around. But by the way, when you take off the upper chamber and flip it upside down, it fits inside of the lower chamber, so it kind of reduces the size of the bulk a little bit. So either way, you need to be preparing yourself. You need to get yourself ready for things like this. You don't want to wait until you no longer have access to water or drinkable water or purified water to start saying, oh, I should probably go and see if I can find myself a filter of some sort or a purification, or oh, I should have listened to that DYDSS guy on YouTube. Seriously, trust me, get it now. Get it ASAP. A lot of people who watch my videos, they're into financial preparation. Well, guess what? You could be as financially prepared as possible. It's not going to do you any good when you don't have access to water and you go to the store and the shelves are empty. Get yourself a water purification unit. I highly recommend the Berkey. Again, I'm not sponsored. I'm just the happiest possible customer. Amazon affiliate link in the description. And whether you get one of these or not, you should probably get a pack of these right here. Super affordable, portable, fit in your pocket, fit in your backpack, fit in the trunk of your car. You can put it wherever you want. Fantastic for emergencies, fantastic for on the go. Even if you're just going for a hike or if you're camping or something like that, these are incredible. Amazon affiliate link also in the description. Okay, so that was the review of the Big Berkey water purification system, along with a mini review of the Life Straw filters. One is absolutely fantastic to leave on the counter next to the sink. Just put it there. You don't have to plug it in. You don't have to do anything. It just sits there. You fill it up with water. Fill it up at the end of the night. By the time you wake up the next day, it'll be fully purified, fully clean, drinkable water. And of course, I would take those Life Straws and probably put one in your car, probably put one in the bug out bag. You can even take one with you on a day-to-day basis if you have an everyday carry bag or whatever the case may be. Keep it in your pocket, keep it in your car, keep it wherever. While you're hiking, while you're camping, that's something that you use on a regular basis like that. The Big Berkey, that's for your daily consumption, and of course it doesn't have to be plugged in or it doesn't attach to anything, so you can grab it and stick it in the car if that's what you need to do during a bug out situation. Like I said before, the Amazon affiliate links will be in the description. I cannot stress this enough. You need to have a method of water purification. A lot of the time, a way of cleaning or filtering water is not enough. You need a way to purify the water, and that's what the Big Berkey is there to do. So the Amazon affiliate links will be in the description, and I will be removing them from the description of all my videos at the end of the month. So you can only use them for March. Come April, they're all going to be gone, and that goes for all the other prepping supplies as well. It comes to the portable power station. It comes to all of the silver and gold supplies, airtight capsules, or anti-tarnish paper, or miniature lock boxes, or a coin microscope. That's all being removed. So use it while you can. Everything is linked in the description. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to the Federal Reserve, do you have any, well, I guess at this point there wouldn't be expectations, but what are your thoughts on the information that we got from the Federal Reserve today? The meeting has come to an end. The meeting is over by the time this video comes out. So let me know your thoughts on the outcome. Let me know what you're expecting moving forward. And of course, let me know your thoughts on my methods of water purification. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A portion of the proceeds of a lot of the pieces of merchandise are going to different charity organizations. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week. I will be going live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so come hang out. Deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new adventure vlog. There are a ton of other perks as well. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. VIP Club link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. They're going to give you 5 free stocks just for doing so. And if you refer one friend, they will give you 10 free stocks just for the referral. This is a limited time offer, and it's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward the users for helping them build their app with them. And then, of course, if you refer 3 friends, by the end of the month, Webull's going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, with the chance of possibly winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 10 free shares of Apple. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. Sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the currency to go get you some silver and gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on what the Federal Reserve or what Jerome Powell commented on today? As this video comes out, the meeting is over and everybody should know what's going on. I'll give my thoughts in tomorrow's video when I have a chance to review what was said. But what are your thoughts on what was said? What are your thoughts on what was commented on? And what are you expecting moving forward? And of course, when it comes to preparing yourself for not having access to clean, drinkable water. Whether it be water bottles, cases of water at the store that you buy, maybe due to the supply chain and due to people freaking out and hoarding up all the water, maybe you won't be able to buy nearly as much water or buy the water that you need to buy. Or, of course, when it comes to different types of problems that can come to the water supply, whether it comes to having to bug out, and whether it comes to something like Flint, Michigan, or whether it comes to what happened in Texas a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. There was some brain-eating amoeba in the water. Crazy to think about. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.